predicting what is next for this lightweight division, which is the best division in all of mixed martial arts, hands down. Now, there's a couple options we're going with. Conor already, shocker, he's really trying to push for that trilogy fight with Dustin Poirier. But
I think that's the right move on Conor's part.
oh, no, I'm not going to knock him for that. No, never. That's just good business. But the problem here is that Dustin, he's the uncrowned champion now with the belt all but made officially vacated by Khabib. So he's the uncrowned champ. And you're not going to have... There's only one man that could fight for a title, Blake, after losing. And that's Yoel Romero, okay? That's the one person that this can do. I don't think we get this fight because from a fight...
It's a tough sell.
It's
a tough sell to the brass, for sure.
Sean Shelby. Nah, man. I don't think he's going to buy it.
Charlie Oliveira, or Charlie Olives.
Charlie Olives.
Dan Hooker's got me saying that now.
I love
Charles Oliveira and Justin Gaethje are what makes this real interesting, because we kind of got those guys sitting on the shelf. Justin Gaethje is kind of in the same position as Conor, right? He lost to the undisputed champion.
Yeah.
You could almost match those two guys up. But I'll get to that. Charles Oliveira is really the only guy that has that shiny, unblemished record where you could say, okay, let's put these two dudes, like, you just beat Conor McGregor, the legend of the sport. Boom. But Dustin, you're up there. You deserve it for sure. The only guy to beat you recently is Khabib. Here I go again. Charles Oliveira, you go up there because you're on like a 69 fight win streak.
Yeah, something Tony Ferguson-esque.
Yeah, so let's get those guys to go at it, right? If that's the way it has to be, because in a perfect world, I think business-wise, you'd always want McGregor fighting for a belt. But that's just a tough sell now after him getting knocked out. It's not like it was a close fight. He got finished.
Yeah.
So I think you kind of need to build him back up.
If it was a decision, we could do this instantly for sure.
I think Chandler would be a pretty damn interesting fight for him, but that's a scary fight as well because he's a big time wrestler.
You talking for Poirier?
For
Conor?
For Conor, because Chandler's out of the question for Poirier. It sounds
like. Poirier already said no, but Poirier
he'd go sell hot sauce if that's the case. He said if that fight is offered to him, he's not only is he not going to take that, but he's going to quit and go sell hot sauce.
I love that. And then also Poirier, he was speaking really highly of Charlie Olives, and so that is seemingly has to be for the lightweight title. It's going to be if everything goes well, it's going to be Dustin Poirier against Charles Oliveira.
That would be a hell of a fight.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so good. But still, early edge goes to Dustin just because, damn, that dude's on a different level right now. But for Michael Chandler, I really want to see Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje. I really want to see that.
That's
matchup.
Probably a dream matchup right there. I wanted his first fight to be against Gaethje regardless.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that.
It's tough. So he's gonna have the number 6 now because he's taking Dan Hooker's.
Oh, you might put him at 5. Well, it's gonna be weird because right now, at least in the rankings haven't been updated after this. So I mean, rankings are almost just don't matter in the top of the lightweight division.
So here,
but as of now, it's
players,
Hooker.
Bro.
So from 6 to 1, it's just real quick, Blake. Hooker, Ferguson. This is before this has been updated. As of 257, McGregor, Olives, Poirier, and Gaethje.
And we're missing people. So we have Diaz in there.
Yeah, that was just top 6. But I mean, besides that, we got.
Yeah, I'm saying this is the big players though.
Big players.
Doesn't matter what the rankings
technically,
are. Rankings literally don't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't
right.
matter.
Technically, Diaz.
How often did Conor McGregor fight, dude? What's he ranked?
Yeah, right. And that's one of the nice things. So right now, Blake, fantasy booking this, we do Poirier versus Oliveira for the lightweight title. Okay, we do that. Then we do Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje for the number 1 contender spot right there. And then what I really want to see is give me a trilogy fight for Conor, but give me that trilogy fight with Nate Diaz. We had Nate Diaz running his mouth. He was talking a lot of smack to Poirier and to Conor after this on Twitter, which
he was mostly talking to Justin and Dustin.
Yeah, but I want to see that. That's a good fight. That's a money maker fight.
The fight that I could care about the least right now.
Really?
Because it's just like
then what do you want to see?
It's Nate Diaz at 155 against Conor. Like we've already seen that fight twice. We already know it's gonna be a banger. That's always gonna be in the back pocket. I'd like for that to be for a title. That would be sick. If Conor could
The
get his hands on a belt,
BMF.
if Diaz could get his hands on a belt and that, or somehow, some way, they could fight for a belt, that would be the fight to make. But when it's just regular and they're trying to get their stuff, like, let's let them fight some other people.
So what's next for Conor?
Fight some different people.
What's next for Conor?
There's so many different people.
What do you want? Would you right now, Blake?
Tony Ferguson.
You want
there's Tony? I'm telling you, there's Tony Ferguson. There's Michael Chandler. There's Justin Gaethje. Any three of those guys, I would love to see him fight. Any three of those guys.
So we want to see if Michael Chandler, would you rather okay, here we go. Would you rather Conor versus Chandler, or Conor versus Gaethje, or Gaethje versus Chandler?
I would rather see Gaethje versus Chandler probably. Conor right now, it's tough. Like,
Conor versus Ferguson could be good fun.
That trilogy with Poirier is really probably his best option.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's gonna be possible.
He has to get a win first, right? Because if we look at, he's 1-2 in his last 3 UFC fights.
It's not fair to the rest of the division.
No,
Charles Oliveira deserves to have a shot, at least at, if not the number one contender, then it has to be. If not the title, then it has to be the number one contender.
Yes,
that's what I'm thinking.
He's in most one fight away from a title shot. At the most. And Conor McGregor, he still could be only one fight away from a title shot.
But he's got to do something crazy against someone that, he's got to get a legit win now.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. This is kind of the times where I don't envy Sean Shelby's job.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways they could go.
But at the same time, no matter what fight you make, it's not a bad fight.
Yeah, I mean, even the Nate Diaz trilogy is a decent fallback option. I just don't. It just is so random right now. I'd rather there be a little bit of heat on that, a little bit of higher stakes going into that.